What's he gonna do? He said he can redirect. What he gonna do? Where he gonna go? Back to. Oh, right before. Yeah, I know. I thought he was gonna go right before Sylvia. He who remains. I thought that was he was going. I can rewrite the whole thing. That's what I thought he was going. Let me know in the comments who y'all think. What y'all thought he was going with. Where y'all thought he was going. What's up, man? It's your boy Life. I made them cute, looking clean, looking sexy, and of course, we are doing another Loki review. Of course, I'm joined with the one and only T Ramsey, aka Afro Kami.
You
How you
already
doing, there?
know. Your local neighborhood scumbag here to give folks their daily dose of dirtbag, same gimmick, different day. You already know. Here to talk about why I was right again in so many ways.
Yo, listen. The question I had about this whole episode is, where did you think he was gonna go when he realized he could go through time? I was like, is he gonna go? My first thought was he gonna go right before Sylvie kills He Who Remains, and it'd be like, I win. I'm like,
Now, I figured we were gonna get to see some more Ouroboros action, which we did. The loop continues, or did we see the end of the loop? Are we starting a new loop now?
there's a lot of unanswered questions in this episode that I
Oh
like
yeah,
actually, because if it bring it together, it ain't like so many that it can't do it in 40 minutes.
yeah,
But it's like question that, oh, I really want to see what's the answer, because it's gonna obviously lead to Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty. Which,
yeah.
if you heard the rumors,
Doctor
apparently,
Doom in it. I told you. I said this in the last episode, yo. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're trying to stick closer to the comics. And Kang wasn't this super integral part of Secret Wars. You know what I mean?
I get why he would be, because he is part of the time thing. So I get why they did it. But again, the reason why, if y'all don't know, is that Disney might be looking to find a replacement for Kang, and Doctor Doom would be it, and just making a new Kang would be like too much at
Yeah,
this point.
it'd be doing a
so
lot.
so like, hey, let's do a Doctor Doom, which by the way, for people who might be upset about it, listen. From what I'm reading, it's just in case he go to jail. His trial is like this month.
Yeah, but I mean, Doctor Doom was the original villain for Secret Wars, though. It wasn't Kang. It was
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah, Doom would be the yeah, he was in the second sequel. Beyonder was the first one in the first
Yeah.
sequel. Even though technically Doctor Doom started there because he tried to kill the Beyonder, but which led to the first
It,
Secret
it
War.
all it all circles back to Doom, though. At the
Yeah.
end of the day.
The Beyonder came in like, hey, this world is interesting, and Doom tried to kill him, and then he was like,
And here we are,
Secret War.
four Beyonder retcons later, still still trying to talk about what they did in the '80s.
They still doing. They are going after the Beyonder. But let's talk about this episode. It was a very straightforward episode. Loki, basically, what happened was Loki got hit with the time warp. He started blipping in time again, and now he has to find all the people who he needs that he's friends with, which he admitted he just looking for his friends. He didn't find nobody else in TV. If I don't know you, you're not part of TVA to me.
Yeah,
And he basically going and find them, which basically what I'm thinking happened to is that when it happened, they all just went and split up a lot, and Loki is kind of like this in this weird place even before that he was already time looping, so it wasn't as effective for him, or even Sylvie because she's a Loki. But
I
everybody else is there, which leads to a bunch of Kangs getting cut up in the last
yeah,
episode.
but see, I think this is I'm still go back and watch last week's episode, folks. I'm pretty sure this is all a Kang plan, yo. This is Loki doing He Who Remains' job for him. This is him bringing together the people that would be integral to the TVA because we forever got this the bootstrap syndrome, if you will. Fucking Victor Timely got his ideas from the TVA manual that Ouroboros wrote, but Ouroboros says that he got the idea for the manual from Victor Timely. I think this is very much in that same vein, and what we are seeing is maybe Loki taking the time to um, get together the main people that are going to fight this part of the war. You know what I mean? Like We know if the multiversal Kang War has not happened, it's going to happen. We're going to need the TVA. This could be a roundabout way of Loki doing what He Who Remains wanted all over again.
Yeah, there's a rumor that Deadpool is gonna be part of the TVA soon, which would be a cool cameo at the end if they did. And he's searching
I'm
for
just
all the
happy
primer.
Mobius finally got to tell us about jet skis in with some gusto.
Listen, this is the first time in what's this 12, 14 episode? What 13?
Technically,
Yeah. But this is the first time we got the Owen Wilson monologue, and I was so happy. You always get Owen Wilson monologue once in his thing. So he had a jet ski, he had that little talk. It's so beautiful. I'm like, we got an Owen Wilson monologue. Let's
I
go.
did. I liked how we. It's the thinking man's dirt bike, yo.
It is a thinking
Jet
man.
ski is the thinking man's dirt bike.
My man
I
said,
was like, this nigga.
my man was like, yo, bro, I just want a dirt bike, bro. He was trying to sell Loki them ATVs, bro. He's like, you in luck, bro. We just got him in.
I
He's like,
enjoyed
no.
Obi as a failed writer trying to show the ladies at the bookstore. He's like, oh, you should order more of this guy's books. I hear he's an amazing writer. I love all his stuff. And then they open it up for the picture of the author. It's just him. It's just him. It's so ate up. I expected maybe with the Obi backstory we were gonna get to see something more nefarious, but no, the nigga is a failed author trying to get bookstores to order more of his books. What are we doing? But I
Nobody,
loved it
bu-
still.
nobody buys science fiction, to him. No.
Yeah, science/fiction.
Oh yeah, but
It's science and fiction, not actual science fiction. I want to make sure to get that point across.
I
But
like also.
I love seeing everybody's backstory. Um, Seeing that old dude was the guy from Escape from Alcatraz. Uh, is it B-52? Hunter B-52 is actually Frank from Escape from Alcatraz, which is crazy. I did not expect that. I was like, this what? What a twist!
Tor,
I was
did
here
did he
for it
steal
though.
did he steal it, Tor? That's all I want to know. Did he steal
It,
it?
he
He got
did.
accused and then he
He,
got
he
erased before we found out.
Who knows? I think he probably did though, but I enjoyed that. I'm pretty sure that's Hunter B-52 because X or wait, is it B-32 and X? I hate the numbers shit, bro. The numbers and letters, but I didn't care for the black lady, her backstory. I mean, it made sense, but she wasn't. She never escaped from Alcatraz.
She did not. There was a lot of little things in the episode. Loki figuring out that he can actually control the
Or
time warp.
maybe he thinks he can control it. That's another thing I'm going. What if he's? I still think that there's a greater string being pulled here.
We got 40 minutes next week. Why is always the final two episodes of all the Marvel shows the shortest by a long shot? It go from like 55 the first one to like 50 consistently, then the last two be like
It does
42.
consecutively go down.
That was in
I
your
don't
finale
know.
is like 35 minutes. You be like, why is your finale 35 minutes?
They're like, cuz, but these are all just primers for movies. We give you just a little taste on the final end, so you're really ready to go see that next movie. There's got to be a marketing reason behind it, if I had to take a guess.
Or maybe
Or
they just
maybe they just get lazy at the end.
hey, that seems to be. I know people be excited at the beginning. Then we did hear Bob Iger was really mad at Marvel lately. So apparently, reports you don't know if these true or
Yeah,
not.
as I'd say, leaks are leaks. The hearsay, folks, hearsay.
By the way, one problem I have with the internet and in Marvel in particular that I learned from Marvel is that people want you to say what they want you to say, even if it ain't true. Or they
True.
Because if I told you Marvel was dying or Disney killed Marvel, everybody be watching the video with a million views because that's what they want to hear. Because they some reason people like specific group of people, which is like 100,000s, hate Marvel with a passion at this point. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you do realize Marvel had. I went over it in the last video. Go watch it when I just did this crisis in Marvel. They literally had like four of the top five movies last year. Gross rate. Three of the top five.
I was
Like
gonna say,
people said Doctor
financially, it's out of this
Tori,
world.
people said Doctor Strange was a failure. It made 955 million.
Exactly.
I'm like, that's a failure to you. Like it
If a
only,
failure is almost $1 billion, I don't know what success looks like.
you know what I'm saying, you do realize only Tom Cruise's movie was which is a remake also made more than it last year. That's the
Top
only movie.
Gun.
Top Gun's the only movie that made more. But Marvel wasn't number one, so they fell off to her. I did
You know how
analogy.
people. You know how people are. I don't
I
look
did
that deeply into it.
I did the analogy of I said Aiden Ross had 100K, now he has 50K. He did fall off a lot, but he's still higher than everybody but four people.
Yep.
so so is he really doing bad? Maybe not doing what he used to or what you expect of him, but
Two things can be true. You can fall off from your current platform, but still be doing a lot better than most people.
yeah, I'm saying what was it? Another one had 855K. Black Panther had 835. I mean, not K
I don't
million.
think any. Like I said, just because every movie's not grossing $1 billion doesn't constitute a failure, in my opinion.
So
But
only
you
30
got to think
movies.
there's a lot. But you got to think there's a lot of people that just dislike Disney, and now that Marvel is a Disney property. But you got to think that's the way of fandoms. There is no reason to look into it or reason why. It's literally just tribalism, bro. That's all it is. People like what they like, and fucking if they feel like something opposes what they like, they dislike it.
Yeah, only six movies have made $1 billion since 2020. Tour.
Yeah, see, it's just people being mad because they legitimately don't like something, but you can't. People are afraid to be like, I'm just a hater, so they have to false equivalencies. You know,
And Disney has over half of them. So it's not normal to make $1 billion. It just Disney makes movies that make $1 billion. So when they make 900 million, we like that's a failure. Like what? No.
I don't think anyone. Like I said, people just.
She-Hulk was a
It's
failure. I can
the
say.
it's the internet. It's the internet for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Loki was really good. I recommend everybody watch Loki. We didn't do too much, but it wasn't really a lot to just like discuss outside of the. All he did was go find each person who we saw their individual lives.
We
It was
basically watched him get together the TVA Avengers.
yeah, that's simply it. It wasn't much to it. We found out he did a lot of time loop. We did the Victor time loop. Went over the discussion, and I want to know where y'all thought it. And I want to know y'all in the comments. What do y'all think he's gonna end up going? Do y'all think he's gonna end up going back in time again to right before Sylvie stabs He Who Remains? Which is I'm still on that theory, but
I mean, if that happens, then I was right. Either way, that's the one thing I love about this is that I get to be right a couple different ways, regardless of how this goes. But that there's a certain way they're gonna have to do it for us to be like, oh, that was a good finale, because it could definitely fall flat.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to the finale. We're gonna get it in a little. We're gonna get it in a little earlier than normal. So I hope you have to see y'all there. I just want to go over little things. It wasn't much to it, so we had a short episode though, and we got less voices. Shout out to Monray who's busy, and shout out to Uniqo. Tor, anything you think about Loki? What you think gonna happen in season finale? Any predictions, anything like that before we get out?
Um, I'm sticking to my guns. Season finale, we find out He Who Remains was still in control all the time. It was all a big plot. I'm telling y'all now. He's been working the strings behind the scenes to make shit shake.
What I think gonna happen, I think he's gonna go right before Sylvie, He Who Remains, and tries to fix the timeline, and then but it's gonna be too late. It's gonna ultimately end up in the timeline still breaking, but it's gonna be more controlled and not disintegrated. So it's gonna be like a sacrifice to get it back, but it's a little
Mass
too late.
mass pruning, if you would. Which I mean, we've seen plenty of that already.
Yeah, because I think they've been hinting at it the whole time. Like, hey, all these people died, and they're like, hey, it might be necessary because it's too many. So, but it's still gonna be a lot of kings that got out through it before they got to it. So we
Yep.
saw them already,
I was
and
going
I
to
don't
say,
know.
if this is indeed before Quantumania, which I mean, it feels like it's before Quantumania, then yeah, we know that this is going to result in a bunch of Kangs.
Yeah, and they clearly together, so they not on them other universes. So they clearly looking at our Avengers because they ain't looking at no other Avengers. Hey, bro, that was crazy though. Ant Man literally caused 1,000 kings to come together and be like, "We're gonna take care of it."
Yeah, he made all these niggas get on one agenda. They were with it. They were like, yeah. Fuck
Hey, y'all
this.
better stop underestimating Ant-Man, bro. That man brought 1,000 people together like we finna jump this
Hank
fool.
Pym, yo. He didn't get to be scientist supreme for no reason, folks.
I'm just saying, he got 1,000 people like they're beginning to touch the multiverse. I'm joking now. Of course, Doctor Strange touching the multiverse accounts and that too,
Yeah, I was
and
about to
Wanda.
say he's
Now, if they looking at Scarlet Witch too, they gonna be like, we might need a little help.
true. But a
Cause
whole bunch of
I seen
kings
some
is a
stuff.
dangerous thing.
I seen some stuff she did in that movie. She made some people do some. But she
She
told the
did.
man, that man said all he gotta do is open his mouth. What mouth? That's still a crazy.
My poor boy Black
even
Bolt.
even though Tori, I do agree with Tori after reading it. Black Bolt is trained enough not to do that.
Yeah.
Even though she could still take away his mouth, she does have
Yeah.
that power. But I don't think he would still scream once it's gone because he's literally trained to
Yeah, I
never
was gonna
talk.
say he wouldn't blow his own head off.
Know what I'm saying? He would literally just not panic because he's literally trained to not speak
He's like
anyway.
the chillest
Because
guy ever.
he has to be because he can never speak.
As I
So if
say,
somebody don't talk and loses his mouth, he's not gonna talk. Now what they could have did in that scene, even though we just rambling at this point, what he could have did is right before he talked, took away his mouth. Right before you spoke, it didn't happen. That
yeah,
could have worked, but
maybe. They didn't come on, they wasn't thinking about that.
they were just trying to make some cool scene for one because they did. They made Wonder look
Yeah.
bad. She caught the she caught Captain America's shield and threw it back. Captain Britain shit. I'm like, okay, that telling you right now, Chris Evans, you'll be in trouble. We're about to get out of here. Tell us what your thoughts on Loki season 2, episode 5, science fiction. Let me know what y'all thoughts. This is the review, recap, breakdown, everything for you. It is your boy Laugh as I May, and I'm of course here with Afro Coming 765.
You already
And
know.
we're out.